When asked about his baseless wiretapping claims, President Trump told the reporter this. When I said wiretapping, it was in quotes, because a wiretapping is, you know, today it is different than wiretapping. It is just a good description, but wiretapping was in quotes. What I'm talking about is surveillance.
That Donald Trump, President Trump, does not see truth and falsehood as a binary distinction. That on every point I pressed him on, and we talked about a lot of things, his claim that 3 million undocumented immigrants voted illegally in the last election, his claim that Ted Cruz's father consorted with the assassin of JFK, his claim that something horrible had happened in Sweden the night before a talk he gave in Florida last month. And he gave no ground really on either, and basically contested each one on different grounds that became very muddy very quickly.
Yes, and in fact, I just want to stop you for one moment because we have a clip of this, a little excerpt, and I just want to read it for people so they understand what we're saying. In terms of the voter fraud, for instance, when you asked him, 3 million people did not vote illegally or that was baseless. He said, you say the claim that 3 million undocumented people voted in the election. He says, well, I think I will be proved right about that too. So in other words, he told you that he believes he makes predictions.
That's
and
right.
The predictions come true.
Yeah, his biggest argument was that he has been prophetic in the past, and so you should give him credibility now, even if there are no facts to back up what he says. And to demonstrate that point, he said that he had predicted England would leave the European Union in the Brexit vote, which he did, and which was true, that he would win the presidency, which he predicted, and he did, even though many people didn't agree that would happen. He mentioned that he had tweeted that Anthony Weiner's sexting would get Hillary Clinton in trouble, and we found out a few weeks before the election that was certainly the case. And so he was basically asking for a degree of faith here. I mean, the most interesting one in terms of a temporal matter was the Sweden issue. He said, I was right about what I said about Sweden, even though he had said it in the past tense, because a couple days later, there were disturbances in Sweden, and he said, that's what I was talking about, even though his statement was what happened last night happened in Sweden. Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
And Michael's just repeating what was said to him. It doesn't mean that he owns these notions.